This is episode 1 of me grilling my own copy. I'm going to go through the page and do what I call a think aloud activity. This way you can understand my train of thought, my decision making, and my methods as we go through the page. Okay, let's get started. So for context, this is a landing page that I did for a fold away blanket. So it's a blanket that folds into a carrier case. It compacts so that you can take it on the plane, you can bring it on the road. So it's super convenient. Okay. Headline: cozy as fluff. Headline is to play on the idea of a different word, which I don't think I can say online. What I like about it is it gets the essential point across that this is something extremely cozy and it's compact and effective. Subheadline: pack a cloud for the road. I love this metaphor because we're comparing the product to a cloud because it's super airy, light, soft. So it really carries that imagery there. But it also reinforces the main idea behind how the product should be used. You pack it for the road, you use it while traveling. Okay, subtext: savor the warm, fuzzy vibes of the ever snug fold away blanket, your cuddle buddy for flights, road trips, and beyond. Okay, and you'll notice that I italicized the word beyond because I want the reader to emphasize that word when they're reading it. They're gonna not read it like beyond, but beyond, which is what we want. Okay, savor. It's a refreshing change from things like enjoy or you'll love the whatever. Additionally, it's really effective when you start with a verb because it's an action. So right away, it involves the reader and commands them to take an action. That's one of my secrets. I shouldn't have said that. It's the same thing here, pack a cloud. So I started with a verb here too. Okay. Here I used a dash just so I could add an extra clause at the end to reinforce where the product would be used, which is flights, road trips, and beyond ... So it leaves the reader curious to move forward. So if they're not already intrigued to press this button and shop now, then we got to keep reeling them in. So fly to a cozier life. If you may have noticed that I've used the word cozy here and cozier here. I went back and forth on this decision because I wasn't sure if it felt repetitive, but in the end, I felt because I'm using a different form of the word, I can get away with it. If you disagree, let me know your thoughts. And again, I'm using a metaphor. And fly is a bit of a pun here. It has two meanings because on one hand, it has connotations with the idea of flight, like a plane, which is the main use of the product, that you can take it on a plane while traveling. And then also just the general idea of flying and reinforcing that lightness and airiness that the blanket brings. Okay, now we have two columns here. I like to set up my copy in a way, as you can see, so that when the designer takes over, they can also have an idea of how the copy should be organized in each section. So we have on the left side, traveler's choice. Ooh. There should be apostrophe there, my bad. Traveler's choice, user-tested comfort. Here's stories from fellow travelers who swear by our comfort essentials. They never hit the road without our travel blankets and pillows. Come join our comfort-obsessed community. Okay, so I'm paying attention to concise language, words that carry flow when I lace them together. So these are some of the things I'm thinking about. On the right side, convertible comfort from blanket to pillow. I like this one because it's saying a lot in very few words. First of all, we have the alliteration, the CC, so it flows off the tongue nicely. Convertible comfort. Because it is comfortable and it is convertible. Remember, you can change it into a blanket, but then you can also fold it into somewhat of a carrier case. Perfect cuddle buddy, premium micro plush fabric. I just made that up, to be honest. It's non-specific. I mean, it sounds great, micro plush, like perhaps it's some special technology or special fabric used. Foldable, tuckable, and space friendly. Notice how I didn't say able to be tucked away, which would throw off the whole flow of the sentence. Here, I was able to convey all of that in just one word, tuckable. So you know that you can put it under the passenger seat, and space friendly because it's small. Use it as a pillow or blanket, attaches to suitcase or backpack. So it's easy to travel with. You don't even have to carry it yourself. Next, we have the headline, travel light, snuggle right. It's a little cutesy, but again, we're talking about blanket here, so cutesy is totally fine by me. We don't want to think that the product carries any kind of burden or it's hard to lug around. It's so light, it's so easy. We want to get that across, and snuggle right, because when you have this blanket, you're snuggling the right way. And of course, I'm playing with a rhyme here, so it rolls off the tongue nicely. Drape it, wrap it, fold it. Ever snug blankets bring comfort on the fly. It's your simple tag-along luxury for all your journeys, but never feels like baggage. Okay, so I'm doing a few things here. Again, I talked about starting sentences with a verb, and I did it here too, because I'm not using travel as a noun, I'm using it as a verb. Right away, it draws the reader into the action of the text, makes it clear that it's actionable because we want them to take action. So they can drape it, wrap it, fold it. And again, I'm playing with this idea so I'm using the saying on the fly, like you can use it easily without having to plan. But also, it carries, the idea of flight, because you can also carry it on an airplane. Tag along, luxury for all your journeys, but never feels like baggage. Again, I am playing with words here because it's a saying, baggage. When we say carry baggage, it means you're holding something inconvenient and heavy and negative, but it's light and it's easy and it never feels like baggage. And then, of course, we're talking about the actual baggage that you take on a plane. So there's a duality here. That's fun. Okay, and here we have 3 columns, just reinforcing in more detail the qualities of the product. Because I'm thinking about how I'm organizing this throughout. I start off very general, and then I give 2 main ideas about the product, another section to reinforce that. In fact, I would put a call to action here. Never hesitate to put in various calls to action. Clients will always say, oh, but is that too many? No, unless you're plowing them all over the place. But when they're strategically placed, you want to give your reader audience multiple opportunities to press that button. And if they're not ready to press it here, they will later on in the landing page. So here I've divided the qualities into 3 main ideas. fold away cuddle blankets, outdoor blankets, and don't forget our pillows. So even though the main product is the fold away blanket, they also had outdoor blankets and pillowcases. But the client wanted most of the landing page to focus on their hero product, which was the fold away blanket, and then only lightly mention the other products. So that's why I structured it this way. Let's talk about this text here. So, blankets, cloud soft microfiber that feels like baby cheeks. I love this metaphor because it really reinforces the softness of the blanket, and it creates that imagery. So we think of gentle, nurturing, all that good stuff. Extra fluffy with a chic chevron design for stylish travel. So in case people care about that quality. Next, we have the outdoor blankets in Sherpa and fleece. Here I wrote warm and velvety soft comfort that lasts 4 years. I like velvety soft because it adds more imagery than just saying soft, so the reader can imagine those qualities in their mind. Supple and cushy. It's a coziness you'll love. So I'm starting with 2 adjectives and then reinforcing the main idea that they're going to experience coziness and they're going to love it. Next, we have the testimonial section. I have real reviews from the road. So obviously I'm playing on the alliteration with the letter R, so it has a nice ring to it. The reason I say that the reviews come from the road is because I'm trying to, once again, reinforce that idea of travel. Here I have an About Us section. This is something I find I don't see a lot in landing pages, but I like to do them because if the reader doesn't decide halfway they're already interested enough to shop now, then maybe we need to build a little more trust and give context into the brands. So at Eversnug, we redefine travel comfort with convertible essentials that keep you snug as a cub. And I'm being kind of cute there. From flights to camping trips, our micro plush blankets and pillows are the ultimate cuddle buddies for on-the-go relaxation. Your well-being is our obsession. That's why we're always collecting feedback to make every escape as cozy and snuggly as possible. Notice that this entire section of copy had a really nice flow and musicality to it. That's that's one of my trade secrets. If you know how to put syllables together and choose certain words carefully and lace your sentence structure together also very carefully, you can create this effect, and it sounds very harmonious and nice on the ears. And the last section, voluntary influencer reviews. I say voluntary because this makes it sound more democratic and trustworthy. It says below, we gifted our blankets to traveling influencers. No strings attached, no sponsorships. They love the design so much, they still shared the love. So this is a short, engaging way to communicate that the influencers were not paid in any way, but they genuinely loved the product. Okay, so that's me grilling my own copy. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you learned a lot.